The accuracy and authenticity of your copy in your coaching business is by far one of the most overlooked aspects in a successful business. And so build and religiously follow the system if you consistently have to fabricate social proof, which includes client wins as well as student wins. You rely on ChatGPT, Claude for copywriting and storytelling with an authenticity accuracy of less than 100%, meaning that it is not 100% accurate to the client's actual story, or if you're an actual coach watching this video, it's not quite matching what happened in your life. Your nurturing sequences, including but not limited to emails and funnel flows, content creations, ideations, and overall involvement in the coaching and consulting business is repetitive, overused, and is eroding the trust of your audience, which is the last thing that you want if you want to scale a sustainable business. And lastly, your presence in the coaching and consulting business is starting to feel like you're a fraud. So you know that the above problems you're facing is temporary and that there is an antidote, there is a solution. And so this solution will cost you 5 minutes every day after 9 p.m. And without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it. So first things first, what I do for all of my clients is I give them this document that has 3 forms with 3 Loom videos within it explaining how to use each form. Now, the whole point of this is for me to collect accurate data of how their life is going apart from the business, as well as get more insight of the business model, their success within it every single day, and the student results. So the first form is going to be about their day. So I'm not going to go too much into depth with what this form sort of covers, but essentially it covers, I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm going to sort of brief you over what it does. It basically just finds out what they witnessed today, how they felt today, what they did today, and some key takeaways from their day today. Now, when they fill this out, we get pinged on Discord saying that this client just submitted a EOD report, which then helps us to say, okay, cool, we can now write the next email, which is going to be 100% accurate with 100% authenticity. Now, the thank you page for this has 2 pathways to it. They can then submit their own results from today, and they can also submit student results. They don't have to fill these 2 if there aren't any results to submit today, but if there are, this is where they have to pay attention and fill these out accurately, because once they submit the title of the results, submit accurate files, screenshots, video links, same thing with student results, what then happens, we get pinged on Discord again saying that there is now a new student result, and that there is now a new client result, that they just made X amount of money from this X business model. And all of this is powered into this one spreadsheet after it has automations in the back end through Zapier is what I use, but I know some people use N8N as well. It creates files in specific Google Drive folders. For instance, over here, their own results, if they have screenshots of it, it's going to then come into a Google Drive folder, which would then label the file, the video or the image as the title that they submitted over here. Same thing with the student results. It'll come up with a new file made with the student's name as well as the title and the description of their win. And that helps us put everything into a spreadsheet with 3 sheets, the EODs, client results, and student results, with their own respective columns for each question on these tally forms. Now, after everything is formulated, we now have all of the data that we need to make emails how we want to make emails. And this is where Claude comes in. Now, keep in mind, this is a prompt that we use, but we always human write the emails, meaning that we first write the emails as how it should sound. We then run it by Claude, and then we initiate prompts like this to make sure that the style of the writing matches exactly how the client prefers it. And it also makes sense just from a normal email reading perspective. So this is the exact prompt. You can pause this video, screenshot it, copy it, etc. And the square bracket over here for style is essentially this over here. So you can either choose if you want this email to be a storytelling with the CTA, or storytelling without a CTA. You can even incorporate specific client results, student results with screenshots, video links, etc. within that email and include that in your prompt, depending on how many submissions, when the submissions were made, from your client, from you as the coach, if you're a coach watching this video. And that essentially helps us formulate the best accurate copy. This specific video is for emails, but this could also apply for landing page copy, Instagram story sequences, etc. And just a quick reference in here. So you may have noticed that we did say to use Ben Beta's examples over here. So we fed our Claude chat with an infinite number of, or almost infinite number of emails from Ben Beta, specifically the ones that we like the style of. And it basically starts to understand how emails should be written, different types of emails with the different styles, with CTAs, without CTAs, what types of CTAs. And it never ever fabricates any story, because when you have an email that opens up with something like, I went to a cafe today. I went to a cafe today and ordered a coffee. And it's like, that's just not accurate to what the client actually did. Some people may see it as like a very insignificant thing that's like, it doesn't really matter if it's accurate or not. But if you want to build a legitimate, like authentic business and make sure your client, the coach, is always happy with what's being put out, because end of the day, you're handling emails and all this copy representing your client. The last thing you want to do is make things up and put things out there that's like, wait, that is not me. That's not how I write. That's not what happened today. That's an inaccurate, just fabricated result. You don't want to be putting out false information out there. Try your best to provide your audience, your client's audience, or your audience as a coach with the most accurate results, accurate copy, accurate storytelling with intention. And so this entire system, which I've only recently implemented, has drastically changed not just the email statistics like open rate, click-through rate, response rate, and I guess people coming through the funnel, but it's also just made the clients very satisfied with the emails being put out, because they know that every email that's being put out on their behalf is accurate and not fabricated. So this is the entire system. It's not very complicated. It's very straight to the point, but it does require you to set up some sort of intricate back-end automations to make sure that everything is working smoothly. And you do have to make sure that your client is submitting this every single day by 9 p.m. or just an hour or so before bed, to make sure that you're getting a report every single day. So you might get yourself caught up in having to remind your client a few days just while they get in the habit of it, which is a part of the game. But trust me, once you implement this, you will find that copywriting and accurate information is going to be very convenient for you. And with that being said, you will never have to chase your clients for new updated results, because as I said above over here, one of the other things that you might be struggling with is just overused content, overused results that you keep posting on emails or stories, or landing pages. That's the last thing you want to do. Just have the same results, and it's like it's been a year and you're still using the exact same results. So in that case, have these two reports being submitted consistently, not just by your client, but also you as the operator. If you're involved in that aspect of the business, you should be also submitting forms like this. Or alternatively, you can also manually put them in the folders, but I just prefer this way moving forward, simply because it names the file in the folder accurately. So when I have to search anything, I can easily find it and sort of match it with certain things. And clients honestly just prefer a simpler way without having to navigate through different folders in the drive and whatnot. So that's why I implemented this. And even though you have the hyperlinks to these two forms in the thank you page of the EOD report, I still prefer giving the client a document like this that has all the links, because on some times where it's like I have results but I don't have an EOD as of right now, like 2 p.m., but I do want to submit a results report, they can then just directly access a report for their own results or student results right there. So I hope this video helped. I hope you start writing accurate copy, stop fabricating things like most people would be doing, and share this video with some people that could benefit from it.